Networking essentials. Now, what is a network? So, computer network is a set of computers sharing resources located or provided by network nodes. The computers use common communication protocols over digital interconnections to communicate with each other. Two types of network architecture. So we have the peer-to-peer, which is allow an entity to both request and provide network services. And we have the server-centric, which is the places restriction upon which entity may take request or service them. Now there are types of network topology. Topology is derived from two Greek words, top and logi, which means where topo means place and logi means study. So in computer networks, topology is used to explain how network is physically connected and the logical flow of information in the network. A topology mainly describes how devices are connected and interact with each other using communication links. In computer networks, there are mainly two types of topology. They are a logical topology and a physical topology. Now, a logical topology describes the way data flow from one computer to another. It is bound to a network protocol and defines how data are moved throughout the network and which path it takes. In other words, it is a way in which devices communicate internally. On the other hand, the physical topology describes the way in which the computers or nodes are connected with each other in a computer network. It is an arrangement of various elements, link, nodes, etc., including the device location and code installation of a computer network. In other words, we can say that it is physical layout of nodes, workstations, and cables of the networks. In a computer network, there are mainly 6 types of physical topology. They are the bus topology, the ring topology, star topology, mesh topology, tree topology, and hybrid topology. Now, let's start to learn these topology one by one. Let's start with the bus topology. So bus topology is the simplest kind of topology in which a common bus or channel is used for communication in the network. The bus is connected to various tapes and drop lines. Tapes are the connectors, while drop lines are the cables connecting the bus with the computer. In other words, there is only a single transmission line for all nodes. Here is a picture of it, so you can see that this is the bus topology. We have a cable and or terminator here from this place to this place. We have node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4, and here you can see that this is the main cable or the bus. That is why it is called the bus topology. And we have a drop line here. You can see that for node 1, all of them are connected to the main cable or the main bus. This is why it is called bus topology. Ring topology. Ring topology is a topology in which each computer is connected to exactly 2 other computers to form the ring. So the message passing is unidirectional and circular in nature. So here you can see, here it is, image. So this is the direction of flow. You can see that clockwise. So node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4, and this is the token ring. This is why it is called a ring topology. Star topology. So star topology is a computer network topology in which all the nodes are connected to a centralized hub. The hub or switch acts as a middleware between the nodes, and any node requesting for service or providing services first contact the hub for communication. So here it is, you can see that this is the centralized device, hub or switch, and we have node 1, 2, 3, etc. until we reach cell 6, and here direction of the flow. So you can see that all of the nodes are connected directly to the switch and communicate directly through it. Mesh topology. So mesh topology is a computer networking topology in which nodes are interconnected with each other. In other words, direct communication takes place between the nodes in the network. So here it is. So you can see that node 1 can communicate with node 2 and node 3 and node 4 at the same time. The same thing for node 4, the node 3, the node 2. Okay, because we have a dedicated links for each one and between each one of them. Okay. So for example, if I lose the connection between node 1 and 2, I can connect node 1 to 2 through node 3, and we can connect to node 2. Tree topology. The tree topology is a computer network topology in which all nodes are directly or indirectly connected to the main bus cable. Tree topology is a combination of bus and star topology. So here it is, you can see that from the image. we have node 1 and node 2. We have hub, and the hub is connected to another hub that connecting node 3 and node 4. And here you can see the same thing for node 5 and node 6. So node 6, to reach node 2, it has to go through this hub, then to this hub, and from this hub it will go to node 2, etc., etc. Again, this is just like a topology, like a general topology, but to keep just that in your mind as a network essentials. Now we have the hybrid topology, which is a computer topology, which is a combination of two or more topology. So in practical use, they are the most widely used. Okay, so you have star with the mesh topology, with the tree topology, etc., etc. So here is an example of it. So you can see that this is using the bus topology, node 1, but you can see that node 4 is a part of a ring topology, like node 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, and node 2 and 3 are connected using the star topology on this hub. And you can see that node 1 is a bus, node 2 is a star, node 4, 5, 6, 7, etc., etc. are a ring topology. So this is called a hybrid topology. Now, computer networking terminology. So we have a lot of terminology used with the computer, and most common one of them is the host name, IP address, which is Internet Protocol address, MAC address, the media access control address. We have port, socket, DNS server, ARP or ARP. We have the ARP, which is the reverse ARP. Now we will talk about each one of them. The host name. So each device in the network is associated with a unique device name known as the host name. So type host name in the command prompt on Windows administrator mode and press enter. This will display the host name of your machine. Now we have the IP address or Internet Protocol address, also known as a logical address. The IP address is the network address of the system across the network. To identify each device in the World Wide Web, the Internet Assigned Numbers Authority (IAN) assigns an IPv4 version 4 address as a unique identifier to each device on the Internet. The length of Internet or IP address v4 is 32-bit, hence we have a 232 IP address available. The length of the IPv6 version 6 address is 128 bits. Type ipconfig in the command prompt on Windows and press enter. This will give you the IP address of your device. We have the MAC address, the media access control address. So also known as the physical address. And the MAC address is the unique identifier of each host and is associated with its NIC or network interface card. So MAC address is assigned to the NIC at the time of the manufacturing. So the length of the MAC address is 12 nibble 6 byte 48 bytes. Type ipconfig/all in the command prompt and press enter. This will give you the MAC address. Okay. Now again, this is in Windows. You can use ifconfig and this will show on the Linux or Mac. We have the port. So a port can be referred to as a logical channel through which data can be sent or received to an application. Any host may have multiple applications running, and each of these applications is identified using the port number on which they are running. A port number is 16-bit integer, hence we have 216 ports available, which are categorized as shown below. Here are them. So from 0 to 1023, these are a well-known ports. We have the registered port, which is from 1024 to 49151. These are registered, and the ephemeral are from this range. You can see that 49,152 to 65,535. These are the ephemerals. So the unique combination of IP address and port number together are termed as socket. By the way, this is an image to explain so that between the server and the client, we open a socket, we either are binding or we can connect. As you can see, connecting from the client to the server on the socket that you open. Don't worry, we will talk about the socket programming and Python programming. All of that will be in the Python section. But for now, keep that in your mind. So the client, here it is, we connect and we accept from the server and we start sending, receiving, and we close the connection. And this is called, this connection called the socket. Okay. Now we have DNS server. So DNS stands for Domain Name System, and DNS is basically a server which translates web addresses or URLs, for example, www.google.com, into their corresponding IP addresses. We don't have to remember all the IP addresses of each and every website. The command nslookup gives you the IP address of the domain you are looking for. So this is also provides the information of our DNS server. We have the ARP. ARP stands for Address Resolution Protocol. It is used to convert the IP address to its corresponding physical address, which is the MAC address. So again, the IP address is the logical address and the MAC address is the physical address. ARP is used by the data link layer to identify the MAC address of the receiver's machine. Now we have, on the other hand, the RARP. Okay, so RARP stands for Reverse Address Resolution Protocol, and as the name suggests, it provides the IP address of the device given a physical address as input. But RARP has become obsolete since the time DHCP has come into the picture. Now, DHCP, which is the Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, we will talk about it, no worries. This is responsible for auto-assign IP address for the devices over the network. Thanks for watching.